I have everything ready for my course in economics. Now I just need someone to review it for me. Hey you! Huh? You want to learn about economics? Nah, I appreciate the offer though. Uh, uh, where am I? Hello everyone and welcome to my lesson on economics. Today we will be looking into various economic concepts such as scarcity, opportunity cost, and tons more. And to make it easier for you guys, we will be using a movie to help you better understand these concepts. What's the movie called, you ask? Well, it's Osmosis Jones, of course, the most popular movie to have ever existed. I've never heard of that movie before. Yes, you have! Wait, what? Anyways, let's get started. Okay, now for the actual good econ stuff. Our first noticeable concept in the movie is scarcity. In economics, scarcity means that there are limited goods and services for unlimited wants. This means that companies that are selling products have to manage the amount of goods being produced to fit the demand of the product to the best of their ability to reach equilibrium. Here's a clip from the movie that demonstrates the concept of scarcity.
You're lucky you ain't in a scab. Uh-oh, looks like we got some germs on that egg.
Baby, it's time.
It's probably gingivitis. Don't get carried away.
All who have entered the city of Frank, put your hands up and surrender for digestion. Saliva 1 requesting ground support, over.
Hi, Justice Before. We're in the vicinity. We're on it.
In Frank's body, there are limited white blood cells. The white blood cells have to move around the body as there aren't enough of them present to remain stationary. The scarcity of the white blood cells means that they have to manage where to place these white blood cells to maximize efficiency and keep the body healthy. Another economic concept in the movie is the simple idea of needs and wants. This is shown in the movie where the mayor or the manager of Frank's body focuses more on the wants of the body, which is eating junk food, instead of the needs, which are to exercise and eat healthier. This results in Frank not being in his best shape.
Can you believe those lies?
Sir, he's got a point. You know, when I came to work for you, you promised you would concentrate more on health issues.
Leah, I want Frank to be healthy, but think of the sacrifices, the hard work, the lack of potato chips. That's not what the voters want.
Needs and wants are the base for almost all other economic concepts, as it is crucial for making decisions and maximizing the profit or benefit of the situation. Finding the wrong balance of needs and wants can be detrimental in various ways, just as shown in the previous clip. Now, on to our next concept, which is physical capital. Physical capital is, excuse me, sir? Yes? What is capital even in the first place? Well, if you must know, capital is any human-made resource that is used to produce other goods and services. Capital is split up into 3 different categories: physical, financial, and human capital, all of which are important processes when it comes to setting up a business. To keep things simple, however, we're going to focus only on physical capital. Physical capital is a subcategory of capital and is comprised of buildings, tools, technology, or any physical material that is used to produce goods and services in businesses. The buildings in the movie, like the police department, as well as the tools used, like the germ vacuums and pistols, are all examples of physical capital, as they are human-made, or in this case, body-made resources that assist in the service. We can now move on to our next concept, which is the law of supply. The law of supply states that whenever the price of a good or service goes up, the quantity supplied or amount of that good produced for the company increases along with it. So this is pretty much the exact opposite of demand, right? That's correct. When the price of a good increases, the demand for that product goes down, while the supply goes up. Here's an example in the movie that shows the law of supply.
Okay, you're all new, so follow my lead, right?
Murphy, it's flaring up again. Give me a status on the pain relief.
We have a report of orange substance in upper respiratory system.
Inflammation and glandular swelling. We meet again.
As shown in the clip, the amount of repair cells, which represent the quantity supplied, increased when there was inflammation in the throat, which represents the price change. This actually leads us into our next concept, which is elasticity. Elasticity shows how sensitive a good or service is to a price change. If a good is elastic, that means that it is sensitive to price change and will drastically change the quantity supplied or demanded, even if the price change is very small. This generally occurs in cheap products like chips or Coke. Now, an inelastic good is pretty much the exact opposite of an elastic good. This means that the quantity supplied or demanded of the goods isn't really affected by price changes. This is usually seen in products that are more important in day-to-day life, such as gas, eggs, and medicine. Here's a clip from the movie that shows the concept of elasticity.
Baby, you are looking fine today.
Sir, something freaky is going on with the weather.
We're probably drinking some hot coffee.
Something's going on, and I'm going to the hypothalamus to check it out.
5 minutes be advised. We have a break-in.
This is Frank PD. We have you surrounded. Surrender at once.
As shown in the previous clip, we can see that Frank's body is elastic, as when even a single pathogen is detected, it activates an entire alarm system which drastically increases the quantity supplied of white blood cells. Some other economic concepts in the movie are trade-offs and opportunity costs. These are some of the most simple and yet some of the most important concepts in economics. Opportunity costs goes hand in hand with trade-offs, which basically involves giving up a desirable alternative for a greater gain. For example, if you have a test that you need to study for, you would trade off desirable alternatives such as video games or sleep to have more time to study on the test and receive a better score. The opportunity cost is whatever you gave up to receive the gain. In this case, that would mean that the video games and sleep were the opportunity cost. Here's a clip from the movie that demonstrates opportunity cost and trade-offs.
Look how beautiful. Didn't I tell you it'd be worth it?
I didn't think I could break a sweat coming up here. But I did.
Yeah, it's kind of a long drive.
As you could see in the clip, Frank had just traded off the Chicken Wing Festival, which was the opportunity cost, for going on a hike, which is a better and healthier alternative. You could also see that he began to change his diet, as you could see him eating carrots in the clip, which is also a trade-off. That concludes our lesson on economic concepts. Today we learned about a total of 7 concepts. Our first concept was scarcity, which basically means that there are limited goods and services for unlimited wants, meaning that businesses have to use their resources strategically to maximize profit. And then we have needs and wants, which involves getting the best balance of both desires and necessities so that the overall business can be happy but still efficient. Next up was physical capital, which is the physical aspect of the business, like buildings, tools, etc., that is used to produce goods and services in businesses. Next was the law of supply, which states that whenever a price goes up, quantity supplied goes up as well. Our fifth concept learned was elasticity, which shows how sensitive a good or service is to price change. And then we had trade-offs and opportunity cost, which involved trading off a desirable alternative for a greater gain. Well, that's all I have for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyways, bye! Ow!